For this assignment, you are going to look into one aspect of why it's important to understand the rock fossil record, everything that we've been learning in this unit. Specifically, you are going to look at a career or profession where that person that's working in that job needs to understand the rock fossil record and what we've been learning about so far. So you have two different options. You can either complete that assignment on this Google Doc by answering the questions here, or you will have the option to complete a comic cartoon, and we'll go over how to do that in just a second. So first off, let's just look at what's being asked. First of all, you need to identify the career itself, and you can do that by looking on Google. There's plenty of other ways. In some of the videos that we've watched, professions such as geologist, archaeologist have been mentioned. You'll put the name of the career that you've selected here, or later on when I show you the comic, you'll talk about that in the comic itself. Then you need to talk about what type of work do they do. Describe the type of work these professionals do on a day-to-day basis. So like, what's their day-to-day look like? What do they do for work? In one of the videos, we saw a lab technician using equipment to crush rock into powder so that it could be dated, right? That would be one example of what that person's day-to-day looks like. What is their work environment like? Do they work in a lab indoors usually, like that lab technician did, or do they work in the field collecting stuff? Or do they do both? Where in the world do they work? Is it mostly in the Southwest? Is it in this country? Talk about things like that. Then why is knowledge of the rock fossil record important? Okay, and so I want you to describe why and how they need to understand fossils, the concept of geologic time, what radiometric dating is, and what relative dating is. I want you to touch on each of those four major ideas. And then finally, why is their work important to society? Describe how these professionals help society through their work. So, how does the work that they do impact us? Why should we care? Okay, I want you to answer that part of this. So if you want to take the route of just typing out your answers here, go ahead. I want these to be complete responses, and I want you to refer back to the Tea Party rubric that we've looked over, that we've used for open responses so far. All right, so let's look quickly at the comic option. What you'll do is you can log in with Google, right? And then you'll have to select your Google account. Now, in order to make one, you can click this pencil icon. I've already kind of started one. What you can do is click Create New, and you have these options. Go ahead and go comic strip, storyboard, or graphic novel. Those are your three options. Let's just go with comic strip. Now again, you want to keep this other tab open where you can look at all this information that you need to have included. I don't want you to turn in a comic strip that only talks about a career person explaining to somebody else that the name of their career is geologist. It needs to be a complete project addressing all of these parts. So let's go with beginner, select beginner. And then what you can do is you can select a setting. Now you can think about, where does this scientist or professional work? Is it going to be in a fast food restaurant? Probably not. Could it be in a natural history museum? Possibly. Could it be in space? Possibly. Could it be in the countryside? Yeah, maybe. So be creative, but also I want it to be relevant. I don't want you to be picking the inside of the human body, right? Or a talk show could work, right? But not World War II in a jet fighter plane. Okay, so be realistic, and I want it to relate back to this information that you are communicating to your audience. So you'll pick the setting, and you can be really specific here, and then how many characters. That's totally up to you. Let's go with 2. I'm going to have a scientist explaining it to an assistant. This looks pretty good. believable scientists. And then here it looks like it could be an assistant. Then you wait for a second. Now, if you already know that you're going to type your answers here, obviously you don't need to watch the rest of this. You can just get to work. So now you have these thought bubbles. You can click them and drag them, right? And you can also type. And this is where they can start to communicate the information to each other that you need to have in this project. And we could say, so let me tell you about the rock fossil record, right? And then when you're ready to move on to the next query, add a panel, right? And this is how you can start to get the information across that you need to. Now, when you're done, what you can do is you can press this. Oh no, not that one. How did we get here? Oh yeah, publish. So first of all, well, let's do save for later, and then we'll go back to our little dashboard here, and let's go to publish. Now you'll give it a title, and that could be anything that relates to this subject. And you're going to share it with your teacher. We're going to publish now. And you are going to actually be prompted to share this with your parent is going to have to log in. And so unfortunately I can't show you this because I've already used this account before, but it will ask you to enter your parent's email. And for the purposes of this class, just go ahead and enter my email. It's on the wall. It's jsand@cortez.k12.co.us. Once you share that with me, I can log in and activate your account, and then I can also at the same time look at your comic. So once you've shared it, once you've entered your parent's email and included my email in that field, then I can see your comic, okay? And then I can grade this assignment. So that's how this will work. Good luck, have fun, but I really want to emphasize, be complete. I've gotten some comics in the past that have only addressed maybe even one part of the assignment. I want all parts of the assignment. Okay, it's not just supposed to be funny or look good. It needs to be complete. All right, good luck. I look forward to seeing these.